very good evening and warm welcome to Dharma Television's Collective News. This is Srishti Khadki. Let's move on to today's headlines. Expansion of optical fiber service to provide internet and telephone service to all parts of Nepal. FNCCI to hold its 54th AGM on November 26-28 virtually. Corona infection to Chairman Kamal Thapa. France records more than 30,000 new COVID-19 cases, curfew announced in 9 cities. Thailand declares state of emergency. United States of America arrests former Mexican defense minister. Trump's youngest son tested positive of corona infection. Cristiano Ronaldo violated COVID-19 protocols, rejoining Italian sports minister. Here we go for news in detail. Minister for Information, Communication and Technology Parvat Gurung has expressed his commitment to identify the problems in the information and communication sector and solve them. Speaking at Ministry of Communications on Thursday, Minister Gurung expressed his commitment to coordinate with media sector to make media sector dignified, uplift the dignity of media sector and make the work done by government effective. Minister Gurung also said that communication and information system will be made faster and systematic. Minister Gurung also added that he would identify the shortcomings and practices of media world and firmly inform them of the 100 days of his work to end. Taking over the administration, Minister Gurung on Thursday formed a task force to formulate telecommunication policy, cybersecurity policy, and information technology policy. Communication Secretary Hari Prasad Vasyal said that process has been started to expand the optical fiber service to provide internet and telephone service to all parts of Nepal.
आज संचार क्षेत्रका श्रमजीवी पत्रकारहरूको समस्याहरू, हामी मोबाइलको गुणस्तर क्षेत्रमा देखेका समस्याहरू, अघि भन्नुभयो डिजिटल नेपालको अभियानमा देखेका केही हाम्रा चुनौतीहरू, हामी दूरसञ्चार क्षेत्रमा दूरसञ्चार क्षेत्रलाई प्रभावकारी बनाउनको निम्ति हामीले अहिले पनि हाम्रा दूरसञ्चार क्षेत्र यसलाई मूल केन्द्र बनाएर दूरसञ्चार क्षेत्रमा रहेका प्रभावकारिता र क्षेत्रलाई सुदृढ बनाउनु पर्ने कुराहरू हामी सबै क्षेत्रमा कसरी जान सकिन्छ। आज हुलाक सेवालाई हाम्रो अत्यन्तै हाम्रा पुर्खाहरूले हाम्रा परम्पराको सञ्चारको एउटा महत्त्वपूर्ण रूपमा रहेको हुलाक सेवा आज त्यो करिब त्यो हुलाक सेवा बन्द हो कि त्यो हुलाक सेवाको त्यो स्थितिलाई हामीले अझ त्यसलाई कसरी मर्यादित बनाउने र यससँग सम्बन्धित रहेका हामीले धेरै सेक्टरमा देखिरहेका छ। हामीले अप्टिकल फाइबरको पनि केही समस्याहरू हामी देखिरहेका छौँ र सञ्चार क्षेत्रमा रहेका हामी यस्ता धेरै समस्याहरूको बारेमा पहिचान गर्दै तपाईहरुसँग म पुनः फेरि पनि हामीले गर्नुपर्ने क्षेत्रहरू के हो, मन्त्रीको तहबाट गर्नुपर्ने विषय के हो, ती कुरोलाई पक्कै तपाईहरुसँग समन्वय सहकार्य गर्दै तपाईहरुको सहयोग लिँदै म सञ्चार जगतका सङ्घ संस्थाहरू र नेपाल पत्रकार महासंघसँग पनि अत्यन्तै नजिक रहेर समन्वय गर्दै उहाँहरूसँग सहकार्य गर्दै हामी यस क्षेत्रमा रहेका समस्याहरूको चुनौतीहरूको समस्या समाधान गर्नको निम्ति पक्कै पनि तपाईहरुसँग म सहकार्य गर्दैछु। यो मेरो प्रतिबद्धता पनि हो र म पुनः फेरि पनि सञ्चार क्षेत्रमा मैले आफूलाई पहिलो पटकमा प्रवेश गर्दैछु। मैले सञ्चार क्षेत्रको धेरै प्राविधिक कुरोहरूमा मेरो विषय होइन, मेरो अध्ययनको विषय होइन। कतिपय यहाँका सञ्चार क्षेत्रका शब्दावलीहरूप्रति म त्यति परिचित छुइनँ होला, तर म सञ्चार क्षेत्रलाई कसरी मर्यादित बनाउनुपर्छ, सञ्चार क्षेत्रको गरिमा कसरी माथि उठाउनुपर्छ, सरकारको कामलाई कसरी प्रभावकारी बनाउन सञ्चार क्षेत्रसँग कसरी जानुपर्छ र पत्रकार क्षेत्रलाई कसरी प्रभावकारी बनाउने आज पत्रकार क्षेत्रमा रहेका हामीले जुन सञ्चार क्षेत्रमा हामीले संचार निर्माणका क्षेत्रमा हामीले एउटा जुन परम्परा छ, जसरी सञ्चार निर्माणमा अलि नकारात्मक सोचबाट हामीले सञ्चारलाई बढी चाहिँ सम्प्रेषण गर्ने हामीसँग जे संस्कारहरू छ, म सञ्चार क्षेत्रलाई सकारात्मक क्षेत्रबाट सञ्चारलाई हाम्रा समाचार निर्माण गर्नको निम्ति पनि प्रयत्न गर्दैछु। सही सूचनाहरूलाई हामीले सम्प्रेषण गर्नको निम्ति हाम्रो मन्त्रालयले त्यसलाई समन्वय गर्नुपर्छ, त्यसको निम्ति सहकार्य गर्नुपर्छ र हामी नेपाल सरकारको तर्फबाट हाम्रा सही सूचनाहरू र सही हाम्रा विकास निर्माणका कुराहरू र हाम्रा कतिपय कमी रहेका कुराहरूलाई पनि हामीले सार्वजनिक गर्नुपर्छ। अनि मात्रै नेपाल सरकारले समृद्ध नेपाल सुखी नेपालको जो सोच हो त्यो सोचलाई पुरा गर्न सक्छ। सञ्चार मन्त्रालयमा केही चुनौतीहरू छन् भने पनि ती चुनौतीहरूलाई सहज रूपमा त्यसलाई हल गर्न म सक्षम छु भनेर म आत्मविश्वास चाहिँ ती चुनौतीहरू त्यस्ता सामान्य समस्याहरूलाई हल गर्दै यस सञ्चार मन्त्रालयको गरिमा र यसको यो क्षेत्रको एउटा विश्वसनीयतालाई अझ उच्च बनाउने काममा म एउटा तपाईँहरूको साथ सहयोगबाट पक्कै पनि केही इँटा थप्ने मेरो प्रयत्न हुनेछ।
Federation of Nepali Chambers of Commerce and Industry is holding its 54th annual general meeting and elections in November. Scheduled to be held on November 26 to 28, the inauguration program of the ASEAN will start at 4 p.m. on November 26 in Kathmandu Valley through webinar. Similarly, a closed session will take place on November 27, while the election has been scheduled for November 28. 3 polling stations have been arranged for casting votes: Nepal Academy, Kamladi, Kaki Banket, Power Mahal, and FNCCI's office Teku. According to FNCCI, senior vice president, vice presidents, and executive committee members will be elected through voting. The election is being held amid the coronavirus pandemic by adopting all the health safety measures, reads the press note issued by FNCCI. Rashtriya Prajatantra Party chairman Kamal Thapa has contracted the coronavirus. According to Thapa's personal secretary, Damodar Wagle, 7 members of his family, including Thapa, have been infected. Thapa has tweeted that he has normal symptoms and his health condition is normal, though Thapa's wife has not been infected. Curfew has been imposed in 9 French cities as coronavirus is on the rise. French President Emmanuel Macron has decided to impose curfews in 9 cities, including the capital, Paris, to prevent the spread of corona infection. A curfew will be imposed from Saturday. In a television interview, President Macron announced a night curfew in 9 cities for at least 4 weeks from Saturday. But the curfew will only apply from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Schools will also be open in the afternoon and people will be able to travel from one city to another. France has reported a sharp rise in new COVID-19 cases ahead of a nighttime curfew being imposed on Paris and 8 other cities on Saturday. A further 30,621 infections were confirmed on Thursday, up from 20,591 the day before, according to the latest figures collated by Worldometer. With the additional cases, the number of infection cases in France has reached 809,684 until Friday morning. The World Health Organization has warned that tough restrictions are absolutely necessary to save lives. Millions in Europe have been told they must live under strict new measures as governments battle a second wave. From Saturday, socializing indoors will be banned in London as the UK capital, and other areas of England will be put under a higher COVID alert. In Thailand, government has declared a state of emergency as protests continue. The government has ordered a state of emergency to enforce peace and law. Anti-government protests are taking place in places including capital Bangkok. Even peaceful demonstrations are not allowed in Bangkok. Student-led pro-democracy protesters have demanded the power of Prime Minister. A state of emergency has been declared since 4 p.m. on Thursday. Police have so far arrested 20 people, including 3 leaders, but their names have not been released. Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha declared a state of emergency. Salvador Cienfuegos, former defense minister of Mexico, has been detained at the Los Angeles airport in the United States on unknown charges, Mexican Foreign Minister Marcelo Ebrard tweeted on Thursday. Ebrard said U.S. Ambassador to Mexico Christopher Landau informed him about the arrest. The general served from 2012 to 2018 as Secretary of Defense under President Enrique P. Nieto. Ebrard said Cienfuegos was arrested at LA International Airport as he was either arriving or leaving the country. Ebrard did not say what charges were placed at the arrest. He wrote that Mexico's consul in Los Angeles would be informing him about the charges in the next few hours and that Cienfuegos had a right to consular assistance. Cienfuegos is the highest-ranking former cabinet official arrested since the country's top security official, Genaro Garcia Luna, was arrested in Texas in 2019. Garcia Luna, who served in the top cabinet secretary post from 2006 to 2012, ex-president Felipe Calderon had pleaded not guilty to drug trafficking charges. The youngest son of U.S. President Donald Trump has also contracted coronavirus. Both U.S. President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania were infected with corona. In addition, many White House officials were infected with corona. Now, U.S. President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania as well. Donald Trump also said that his son Barron had been infected with corona for a short time. Trump said that the release of his youngest son from corona emphasized the need to open schools in the United States as soon as possible. Teachers' unions in the United States are now opposing Trump's plan. Trump called corona infection normal and said students should be sent to school. The United States is holding presidential elections on November 3rd. Cristiano Ronaldo may have violated Italy's coronavirus preventive measures by traveling to Portugal while Juventus were in isolation and returning to Turin this week after testing positive. Italy's sports minister Vincenzo Spadafora said on Thursday. Ronaldo risks a fine after joining his national side last week despite Juventus being in isolation after 2 staff members tested positive. The 5-time Ballon d'Or winner tested positive on Monday, the day after Portugal drew with France in Paris, and returned to Italy on his private jet on Wednesday. Juventus president Andrea Agnelli said Thursday that his club had respected sporting protocol, referring to the Ministries of Health and the Interior, to find out which rules Ronaldo had broken. Cristiano Ronaldo returned to Italy with a medical flight authorized by the competent health authorities at the request of the player and will continue his isolation the entire Juventus team were back in isolation on Wednesday evening after U.S. midfielder Weston McKennie tested positive. Both McKennie and Ronaldo are in quarantine for at least 10 days and must test negative before rejoining their teammates. Under UEFA rules, a player must provide evidence that he is no longer sick a week before a European match. Ronaldo, who will miss Juventus Champions League opener against Dynamo Kyiv on October 20, must test negative on October 21 to play against Barcelona a week later. This is all for now. We'll be back with more news and updates. Till then, keep watching Dharma television. May all the sentient beings be at peace. Stay safe.